So we just came out of a run on beginner mode, but a challenge mode with we weren't allowed to use any inventory items, and we always had to go to the furthest mission. We managed that, but the experience we got was not enough to unlock anything from the new update. So what I actually did was I retired the agency from one of my other save slots, which was an Endless Plus run, which had gotten to day 11, and that was enough to unlock everything. So we're going to do an Expert Plus run, Ironman again, with the new agents, that's Prism and Sharp,
Most
both
people find
archived,
Sharp
and we're
off-putting
playing
because
with
of
the
his
new
cybernetic enhancements.
programs as well.
Operator, are you there?
So we have Archive Prism. The main deal here is that she can go into disguise. She has a hollow projection mesh. She uses 2 power per turn that it's active. And as long as she doesn't go 1 tile away from an enemy, or run, or attack, then she looks like a guard. So she can do guard things. And she also has a buster chip, but no weapon. Sharp is very similar to the regular Sharp. His bonus for installing additional augments is +1 armor piercing rather than +1 KO time. That's better, and then as a nerf he gets 1 less AP. So I'm pretty happy about that. The 2 new programs, we have Dynamo, which is 2 power per turn rather than, if you have power drip, that's 1 power per turn, but Dynamo is only active once you reach alarm level 2. And Mercenary, to deal with the fact that we won't be getting much power before alarm level 2, we'll need to be hacking without much power, so the buster chip helps for that, but also Mercenary only takes 0 power the first time you use it, then it costs 2, then it costs 4, then it costs 6, and so on. But that resets to 0 each time the alarm level goes up, and it also hacks 2 firewalls at a time. So once we reach alarm level 2 and the firewalls go up, they go from 1 to 2, they're still hacking them. So our strategy will be quite different to how we've been playing this game before. This is the first time I've been playing with these new unlocked agents and programs. I think the strategy will have to be pretty different.
Bad news, operator.
So whereas before it was all about getting around the map as fast as possible, that doesn't matter so much this time, and actually we'll be hacking relatively slow. Although it's an instant hack, we only get it free once per alarm level, so once every 5 turns. And we won't be getting a lot of power quickly either. So it will be less about exploring quickly and more about using our resources wisely. I don't think we can get out of this room this turn because there's 2 doors that there could be patrols through. I'm even going to put Sharp on melee there, because it's possible that there's a patrol who comes into this room. So we've got someone walking around there, but it looks like this room is safe, which is very fortunate for us. Let's take this console. We're probably sending Prism this way because she has Anarchy to steal from the guard. We just did a run on beginner mode where you see the danger zones. Actually, every mode below Expert Plus, you can see the danger zones even if you can't see the source. So, like this camera here, we'd have been able to see that was there. We are going to take this down. We know that there's a patrol through this room. I'm going to have to keep in mind that we don't always get to see the danger zone, so we have to be careful about things like this camera here. So we get to steal from this guard. We're going to end our turn here. and we get to peek. I think we heard someone walking around in this direction, so we'll have to be careful. There's a camera. I'm going to pay to take it down. This spot is probably okay. We'd be in cover from this door and this door. And this door, someone can't come out and turn right to see us. So I think this spot is okay. If there is someone looking in this direction, I don't think they see us on the approach. And we can always go on melee if we need to. Actually, we probably don't want to go on melee, because if someone walks past here, we don't want to zap them. So this guy walks up to there. We've got a guy walking through this door as well. That's useful to know. Let's take a look through door number 2. So we've got a console in there. Probably not in a hurry to get that now. This console I will take on the way past, I think. Based on the layout of this map, it's probably not the case that these will connect up. I don't think that's very likely. So either this is a dead end, and we won't be sending Sharp this way, or this is the objective, and we won't be sending Sharp this way, or this is the exit, and it will be too late to get the +1 power bonus on this console when we do send Sharp this way. So I think that's a good move. This guy's going to be on a straight line coming through here, so it's fine for us to end our turn on this spot. We're going to use the Buster Chip to get into this save. We are not in a hurry to hack anything for full power. This guy ending his patrol on exactly this square is going to be kind of annoying. We have a safe there. So I think we want to get into this room. It looks like we're safe from cameras and guards in these areas. We will have a look in this nanofab, but I think we'll do it once the alarm level changes. That looks okay. We've got a camera. This guy does not get up this far. Yeah, so he gets to this spot. He will see the door next turn. And he will see us if we go through the door next turn. We have stolen from him. We can use the hollow projection mesh to get through this door next turn, but we won't activate it now because it's not necessary. So this guy actually gets all the way through this door on his patrol. So we have additional cameras coming online. There's one in this room, one in this room. I hope this is a dead end, because that means we won't need to hack these 2 cameras. I think it's quite likely this is a dead end. Let's go into disguise. So here we are, a Plastech guard. Look. Camera sees us, the guard sees us, but he doesn't mind. We can close the door and he doesn't mind. So that's our exit. Okay, that's useful to know, but it does mean that we eventually have to hack these cameras. Riot dart would be pretty nice to have, just because we need a weapon for Prism, and this is a ranged weapon with 3 ammo. We might want to get a piercing scanner to go with this. Archive Prism doesn't actually start with any augment slots. But you can install augment slots at Cyberlabs. We might hold out on that. We can just hack this now. We do want to get that one before the firewalls go up, otherwise it takes us 3 instead. Here's a console as well. We can't quite get this yet. Subdermal cloak is actually pretty nice, but I don't know how much power we're going to have. And we don't have any stims yet either, so I think it's not a good investment right now. We also get the bonus from the cybernetic frame, but I don't think we're in such a hurry to install as many augments as we can. I think we will come back to this nanofab to try to get the riot dart though. That looks like the objective room. So that's the pond here in the middle. Those are the computers. So we know we're going to be coming back this way to get to the exit. I don't want to waste my AP exploring in this room now when we can do it later. And that means that I can get to this spot. I think we need to keep the hollow mesh active to get past this guard next turn and past this camera. Although we'll have to hack it at some point, so we might as well do that relatively soon. We can deactivate this now, just in case we don't need to use it next turn. If we don't use it next turn, then we're trapped. But camera database is probably not worth it. I think we've seen most of the map. Okay, so the guard is standing exactly on the other side, and we have another guard up there, so we've just alerted 2 guards. So we've got 1 here, 2 here, and then another one coming up and down here. That should be all of the guards on the level. I'm thinking about taking this power supply so that we can get through here. Because otherwise we'll be trapped with Sharp for this turn. If we can get around the corner, then these 2 guards being here won't see him. But otherwise we have to wait here while this guard stands here and investigates, and this other guard comes and investigates. So I think it's just worth the 4 power to take this down. I'm not going to close the door because I think he kicks it in if you open it behind him. So we're a bit short on power. We can only manage 2 turns with the hollow mesh. We have a few cameras left that we want to hack. It's okay for us to go slow though, because we get the power once the alarm reaches level 2. Could be a camera in this corner. It's a safe in that corner. That's one that we will want to hack while it's on 2 firewalls again. I said I didn't want to waste the action points looking in this room, but we're wasting whole turns getting past here because we don't have the power to hack this camera.
Investigating. Must be imagining things.
So I think we hack this camera next turn, or the turn after, when the price goes down again. There's nothing in this direction except for the safe, so we've explored the whole map except for what's through here. I don't think we have much left to do other than wait to get the power to hack these safes. And this camera. And this camera. I guess we can go through to get this console. This guy will go back to here. He was almost surely stationary in there. There's a camera there, stopping us from getting in. And this console is worth 4 power. Is it even worth it? Since it adds 2 power to every hack that we make after that for the whole alarm level, I think it's just not worth it to get that console. I should have checked that before I ran over to do it. I think we are going to have to take this guard out. Just because he's standing in front of the door and it's just going to be so hard to get into this room otherwise. Can use Prism's disguise. We probably want to do that to get through here this turn. Once this reaches level 2, we're going to have an extra 2 power every turn, so that we'll be in a much better situation. I think we activate this. And deactivate it so that we're not using the power next turn. And we're going to put Sharp on melee. And taking the alarm hit when we knock the guard out actually won't be that big a deal, because it does mean that we get to hack again for cheap sooner. And Sharp doesn't have that much to be doing besides getting these safes, I think. Let's see what this guy has. I think it's just... This guy is on a patrol that goes between these 2 points. I think once we get this camera, it will be perfectly possible for Sharp to get through. We want to take down this camera as well. Not this one, sorry, I'm being silly. I thought that was in this room. No, that's fine. So this door has actually been left open. So this thing about getting 2 power once per turn from Dynamo and Sharp's Hollow Mesh costing 2 power per turn means that once the alarm level reaches 2, that can indefinitely sustain Prism being in disguise, basically. We're going to need to take this down. We're going to need to take this down and this down at some point. These are our lowest priorities because we're getting those on the way to the exits. So we're going to steal from this guard, get these 2 safes. We can get one with a busted chip, come up through this door, get this safe, and then use the Hollow Mesh to get into this room, I think, so that we don't disturb this guard. I think this spot is okay. We'd need to use the Hollow Mesh to get past after that. I think we end here. That means we can steal from the guard and get the safe next turn. So we're going to be hacking this. That gets us the riot dart now. I think that's a good move. I think the guard was standing on this sort of spot. Stationary guard. we can send Sharp to get this one, I think. The price for that goes down. We might have the Buster chip ready for this when we go for the executive terminal.
Alarm level 3. Additional guard patrols. Evasion recommended.
Before we do this, we hand over a weapon to Prism. So it'll be useful to know where this guard is going. Sharp will have the action points to spy. That's fine because Prism's going to be in disguise. And we can actually end our turn here out of disguise because this guy doesn't get to the door. And we have enough yellow squares to get to this here and also rob the guard, depending on where this guy is going. We at least don't have to enable that this turn, and we get the Buster chip next turn to hack this. Let's take this safe. Another Buster chip. That will be useful for hacking things early in the mission. There's nothing else on this map that we're going to need this power for. We've got the Buster chip for this, so let's take this down now. And then we probably will have another security level before we need to take this down. So this guard's facing away. That means we can actually get to steal from this guard. We don't get into cover afterwards, so I think we just go into disguise. This will be behind him, so he won't notice that we're not really a guard. We get to steal. We'll take this next turn. Sharp doesn't have much else to be doing, but we can keep this guard pinned. We'll want to get out at some point. It looks like we're not in a big hurry to do that. That could have gone quite badly if this guard had not been facing away from Prism at this time. This makes us encumbered. I think that's okay, because we're in disguise anyway, so it doesn't
You've got
matter
it.
how far we
Great.
go.
When you activated that terminal, it sent
Let's
out an
make sure we
automated
know
message to
where
change up the
these
guard
guys
duty.
are going.
Be prepared for new patrol patterns.
So this spot should be safe to end our turn on, as should this one. We just want to make sure we're not going to be detected. I think we go here. So we've got a question mark all the way over there, and one here. We can spy this guy. He's just staying in his own room. That's fine, I think. I don't think we have a reason not to keep this guy pinned. That should be safe. We don't know where that guy's going, but he won't get all the way in here.
Guess it was nothing.
Alarm level 4. Additional guard patrols. Evasion recommended.
So we know that both of these two guards are leaving the room. I thought I'd be able to get into this hiding spot here, but apparently not. That might actually not be a bad thing if this guard gets seen. Let's take down this camera so we can get through here. If the guards are busy investigating this spot, then they won't go all the way over here, which would be quite annoying for us. Let's see where this guy is going. Very similar to his previous patrol routes.
Hey, you okay? We're investigating the scene.
I think somebody's down. Calling it in. Investigating the area. Hey, you okay?
So we're able to get through this door, I think. We would be if we if we had the action points. This matters quite a bit because depending on where we end our turn, they could walk up to us. I think the safe thing to do is end our turn here. I think that's okay. Might as well take that down. We get another guard on the next alarm level. They will identify the location of one of our agents.
Looking around.
Alarm level 5. Enforcers deployed. Recommend extreme
That's
caution.
Prism.
Investigating.
That's good, I think, because they'll be more interested in what's going on over here. We might just have to take this guy out. But I think we do that next turn. Otherwise we can't get past him. This guy is also going onto alert now because of the armor level. What we're going to do is drop this pass card and then unencumber Prism. Ooh, I think we... do it that way. I think we are going to have to zap this guard out of the way.
Looking around.
This guy.
In the area.
We're just going to have to wait, I think, to get past him. Okay, that's fine. We make sure we're in cover from someone there.
Looking around.
Looks like this guy won't be looking towards us. I think that's okay.
What happened?
So we've got this guard waking up. Let's just check that this direction is okay to go in. Make sure we know exactly where he's going. That is fine. He should not see anyone behind him. I think we're okay from here on. Don't think there are any more cameras on the level. It's possible that there's one through this room, but we won't really worry about it by then.
We're investigating the scene.
We've gotten
Investigating.
3 safes, I think. So there should be 2 more.
Investigating.
Investigating the area.
I think we've... yeah, so there was 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 4. So there should be 1 more. 2, 3, 4. Am I counting this wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have got them all, okay. We don't need to use this disguise anymore.
Investigating area.
Looking around.
So next turn we get located. I think we'll be okay.
Alarm level 6. Enforcers deployed. Recommend
They put both of the enforcers here, right in front of us.
What was that?
Investigating.
At least they'll be investigating this room.
Hey,
We're getting through here this turn.
investigating.
Or we would be if both of us could fit. We can't quite both get to the exit either. We'd both be on this square, so that's a bit unfortunate. So we put Sharp through, and then Prism will be in disguise, so that's fine. And if there's a camera here, I'll be very annoyed. Okay, no camera, good. This is probably just an empty room.
Investigating. Investigating the area.
We've got a console. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so I think we stole from the guards that we could steal from. We've gotten all of the safes, we've got the objective. We did get to alarm level 6. This sort of slow
That contact list will prove
progress
invaluable when planning our next move.
with
Excellent work.
Dynamo might not be a kind of playstyle that I'm used to. I hope it won't be so long on future missions. Once we get the speed upgrades, it should go a bit better than this. But generally a success, I think. Okay, it was fun to play with the disguise on Prism as well. Okay.